Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Jannu tribe. And we are back at the forest nest, where we have an unexpected surprise sitting over here, Taduku. And Taduku was supposed to hopefully be a strong, ram-horned creature who we could turn into an excellent fighter and with a big body and all of the other traits that we are really trying to breed back here in the forest, where we're aiming for really strong creatures that will be able to take on the third island. But instead we got a very peaceful little water lover who won't ever lift a paw to defend himself or fight because he has no attack ability, who can breathe underwater and collect some berries. So a bit of a disappointment when it comes to our efforts to try to breed up dark fighting forest pandas. We're not having any luck with that, but hopefully we will start having some new luck now that the next generation is going to take on Beryl's goal of breeding up stronger creatures to move on to the next island, since Rayel, her son, the strongest of all the children Beryl was ever able to have, is taking up his mother's position of leading the forest tribe. There's just a small group back here, and most of them probably aren't going to be able to contribute genetically as we were hoping for having strong creatures to prepare for the third island. But Rayel, he has just watched his mother pass away in front of him after she left him with the burden of really leaving this tribe, leading them strongly, this tiny little branch of it, and seeing it go in a whole new direction, and also with gathering up the nuts from under the trees and hopefully being able to crack them open and see what's inside and read the signs. So he is in charge of reading the signs of what the nuts have to offer using that nimble finger ability, and that is actually a skill that his mother Beryl had, and it differentiated her from being a seer. She had seer ability, and she was able to crack open the nuts under trees instead to figure out where her branch of the family tree should possibly go, instead of the clams shells that the seers of the sea, there we go, were able to use. So she has just passed away. It's very sad, and he is kind of taking in the fact that he's supposed to be very serious now. He's supposed to be in charge of this now, and this is the moment with Isria, who studied the healing plant and has just lost her mother Rira, or the mother of her heart I should say. She's just lost Rira, and she just wishes if only she had had another healing plant, maybe Rira could have lived a little bit longer. And so she has been exploring and looking around and following her nose to try to see if there's another plant like that somewhere in the land, and it is leading her straight past this very interesting group of new tribe members that she's never known about before, and right over to another healing plant. And lo and behold, next to that healing plant we have Rayel, and I think these two, their beautiful green eyes and stripes, they just look over the berry bush at one another, and romance is going to spark, and I am going to shove so many strong traits into the mutation menu and cross my fingers that we're finally going to have some babies that I can use to get ready for the third island. But until then, we are going to continue exploring. Over here we have Cookie, excuse me. And he has been roaming around with his daughter, Anna, who's actually one of our stronger creatures of the area and may end up hopefully breeding and having some healthy children to prepare for, I'm just going to call them the forest tribe that we are going to be sending to the third island. Just watch, there'll be like no trees on the third island. It'll be kind of ironic. But Anna here has been studying the grasses with her father, and they have just managed to get themselves a nice cravat. So she'll go ahead and kind of collect up that cravat and maybe study the grasses around here, and we'll have Cookie come in trying to defend his daughter from whatever dangerous thing is rustling in the grass, and it's just a bunny, so everything's still good. All right, and then we have little Circe, and she is okay. She has really good collecting, and she has the cracking nimble fingers, but she's not really what we were hoping for in terms of strength. But again, we're going to try with the breeding and the mutation menu, and we're going to be a lot more discerning with which creatures we're going to start breeding, because we're chewing through the food way too fast. So that's our other goal, is to try to be a little bit more balanced and a little bit more nuanced with what food sources we use and how quickly we're going through the food. So actually down, and let me just go ahead and have Berea, who's actually marked as an explorer, so she's probably not going to breed most likely. Would she bring anything to the pot to really offer to Rayel? A antlered child for sure. Maybe nimble fingers. And then if only I could get rid of that runner's leg. It's driving me up a wall to have runner's leg. So Maria could technically be a breeder. I don't know if we're going to make her be a breeder though. We'll just have to see if she wanders that way or not. But speaking of the breeding and who is going to be breeding and what kind of children they're going to be having, down at Mother's Peninsula, we finally had a birth I was really excited about and waiting for with little Pulu. He's brought back the duckbill. He has brought back the ability to be a good little platypus and do some underwater breathing at the same time, no less. So this little guy has the beak, so he can feed from the bottom, and he also has water body, so he can swim and breathe underwater. Absolutely glorious and wonderful. I think that the seer-touched females in charge of taking care of Mother's Peninsula, Nami and Pagaris, I think that they really feel very strongly that Pulo should be one of the children who goes on to do a lot of the breeding in the future. And I think that Nami and Tagaris have actually been cracking open the clamshells their children bring to them and studying the tides, and they have come to the realization that they cannot continue to have as many children all over the place as they have been. There needs to be a line drawn in the sand, and they need to start following the will of the ancestors to see which traits they really want to pass on to the next generation. So we're going to start seeing a lot more strict decisions in who we're breeding, because we're running out of room for creatures. We're chewing through our food too fast. And we're ending up with a lot of creatures like Vonro, who can't really do anything. He can't see, he can hardly attack anything, he can breathe underwater, but it's kind of a useless skill for him, and so I'm really not sure what to do. I could have him collect from a cactus, but I just can't be that cruel. I think I'm going to have him actually start scooching up, and I'm going to send him to some of the berry bushes up here. He might swim up the river and go to a berry bush and start collecting things. Speaking of berry bushes and collecting and creatures who probably shouldn't be breeding, I do think, oh, can I reach that bunny? I can! Yes! All right. Rila was able to feed herself and her child with some bunny meat for a second, but I do think that Ravan has actually fallen quite hard for Rila, and Ravan may end up trying to breed with her, but he actually has really good fishing ability, and he's got really strong attack, so I was kind of hoping I could breed him with somebody, maybe with our other little seer touched creature. No, Raciana I'm pretty sure is his kid, so they're too closely related. Can I send him up here for Anna? Maybe. I think I could. I think I'm going to send him up because maybe he and Anna, they'd have poisonous fangs for their child, and maybe a claw, and maybe either a ram horn or antlers. So I think I'm going to go ahead, and Ravan is going to scooch on up. Maybe he'll grab some of that koi fish while we go. He was going to come and have a romance with Rila, but I'm really trying to be a little bit more strict with how we breed our creatures, because 41 creatures and half of them not really able to do anything. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. So let's see. And then Sansi, I was moving him up. He does have nimble fingers and claw, actually. So he might be pretty good to breed. So we'll have him start exploring through the grasses and bumbling his way in to hopefully bump into Anna. Or maybe Circe. Circe might be able to pass on something useful genetic-wise. So we'll have to see. All right. And then let's see what's going on back here. We still have Dugtrio very faithfully clearing away the path as he was tasked with. I believe his brother Cloud has passed away. Oh, that's so sad. So sad. And then we have little Renar, who's another explorer. These guys are really primarily just good for doing basic exploring and maybe some collecting of the berries. There's a whole nother nest right here. I need to do some more exploring in the future instead of putting it off for so long. That's just ridiculous. I can't even believe that. I can't even believe that, you guys. And little Taku is still itty bitty, so he's going to stay in the nest with Chorus and Canoe Duke. I might just try to breed them experimentally because they actually have fine immunity to pass on, and it's good to see immunity C live on in one of the children. But we're going to try to get rid of their short-sighted children. I'm going to try to mutate in normal-sighted eyes, and then I really would have thought, I mean, how did they end up with a kid who doesn't have any horns? Was I accidentally putting like no horns? That's not even an option. How did they end up with a wait a second. I'm so mad right now. Oh my gosh. I was putting in no horns. Maybe their next child will have horns. Again, my friends. No, dang it. I didn't want him to like risk getting beak. Ah! That's not the child I wanted them to have. Okay, I got overexcited. And then here I am talking about how I'm going to be more careful about the breeding, and then I just blow the whole thing. Oh my gosh, Seri. Okay, that was just me getting way overexcited. But let's come on over here and see what damage we can do. We have some crabbits to collect up, which would be absolutely wonderful. And then little Canoe Duke, can you help out? Attacks a crabbit. And then they're attacking the crabbits to try to collect up what food they can there. So that's fine. And then Oraoka cannot attack crabbits. She's immunity D. I hope she passed. I'm pretty sure she passed it on to some of her children. But she's really good at collecting berries. So I'm just going to leave Oraoka up here to collect those. And then Zakir and Rasiana are our two seer-touched children. So they're supposed to be looking for clamshells right now. So pretty much their entire time... No, you cannot, Zakir. I got you out of the water. Dang it. I'll have to have him grab that so he doesn't suffocate again. But we're going to have them just, patrol the tide pools looking for clams. That's what their job is the seer children. And then Lanako, she really can't do anything. So I'll have her help look for clamshells. All right, we'll collect up some berries from over here. And then, yeah, Vonro is moving to the north. And then we've got all these babies. All right, can you do anything? Kunu can't do anything, so he's going to move up to collect up berries. Same with Reese. See what I mean? Like, we have a lot of creatures who really can't do much, so I'm going to start being a lot stricter about who breeds with who and when. And let's see, we'll scoot you over here. And then Kovan, you can actually do some cracking or some fishing. Kovan, I may have Kovan move into the deep water and start doing a little exploring for fish like that with Lanako, and they can try to track down some fish. All right, and then over here, Nuta, he actually is the one who fathered Tigaris's recent child, Pulo, and I'm really excited. But now that Pulo's born and he has the ability to both breathe underwater and feed from the bottom because of the mutation, I'm done having babies for a little while because we're just going to focus on trying to get Pulo to be basically the father of a perfect seer, because then he can have a child who hopefully will crack things open, so we can crack open the shells, who can breathe underwater, which would be an extremely useful trait for a seer of the tide pools to have, who can feed underwater, which would also be an extremely useful trait for them to have. And now we already have the no pattern and we need the horns. So as long as we can have the horns, we may have a really good child. So I'm actually eyeing up Rasiana and Pulo as being able to have some awesome children. So we'll have to see. But now that that's happening, Nuta, I'm actually going to move Nuta now that he has had a child. Ooh, he does have some interesting genes though. He does have those orange eyes that Anaro had. He has big body. Maybe I'll have them risk having another child. Tigaris, maybe. I mean, they had a pretty interesting one. One of my most interesting ones. So I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. And we're gonna do, let's see. And maybe I can swap in Claw so we could have a little fisher. And we'll step her over here, and over here. So she's gonna have a child. And Nuta is going to guard his child, but then he might start working his way up to the nuts. Oh, speaking of nuts, let's see. Nothing there. And we'll gather up. Get away from the food. There's just bunnies everywhere. This is ridiculous. There's just bunnies all over the place trying to... I got overexcited. There's just bunnies everywhere trying to steal the food. And I need more creatures up here to start utilizing this tree better so we can gather up all of the food that we've got from it. And you know what? It has not rained in ages. Have we lost the blessings of the rain? Because that would be a little bit alarming. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to focus on trying to see this romance happen. And if we are going to see this romance happen, then let's focus on having normal-eyed children, perhaps. Is that going to be the thing I should worry about the most with these two? Maybe. And then we've got normal body and big body. And so if I really wanted to see something happen and I want them to have children with ram horns, who's strongest? He is stronger. I want Claw. I want to get rid of that runner's leg, for crying out loud. I want Nimble Fingers, Claw. Okay, we're going to move Claw over there. And I want... I'm going to do normal eyesight. And then we're going to go ahead and have the day pass. And we are going to start this marvelous romance. Gosh darn it, somebody is sick already. We're going to start this marvelous romance back here. So a Tadaku is actually adorable. I really love his look. I love that he is a spotty gill breather who matches his own coat. He's just so cute. He's got a beige mane. He's got like yellow and brown fur. He's adorable. He's adorable. He just can't do much. So we'll perch him right next to this berry bush with his mother Tumi. And Tumi, oh, actually, she can step this way. No, he's exposed. He's exposed. We're gonna move his half brother next to him, and then this is the moment when Rayel and Israel's eyes they meet. Israel is going to ask permission for this fruit, and Rayel is going to be like, "You wish for fruit?" and offer her some delicious berries as well. And then Israel is going to eat the fruit, and now she is healthy. Huzzah! And now they're in love, and now we're gonna have a baby. Oh, thank goodness. Hopefully it'll be a really strong baby, because we need some stronger babies. Also, I am running out of food. I definitely have to be more careful about how many babies we have, and very, very strict about making sure we have lots of collectors for the nuts, lots of collectors for the berries, and lots of hunters going out and gathering things up. Aha! I spy with my little eye many a bun waiting to be eaten. Oh my gosh, Anna. That movement was beautiful. She is so fast. I love that. All right, so we're gonna try to gather up as much food every time as we can now too. And I really hope it'll start raining someday, very soon. Because if it doesn't, we're gonna be in a little bit of a pickle. I can't believe there was another nest here. I feel so, oh, and there's another berry bush. I feel so silly about the things we have missed out on. All right, and Canoe Duke, I think he's gonna stay kind of nearby. I'm gonna keep an eye on little Taku. Chorus is about to have another child. Canoe Duke can do a little fishing, but he'd have to go into the water. Oh, will you please get out of the water, Bun? There we go. All right, he found a bunny. So he's gonna bring back some water bunny meat to his family. Oh my gosh, and meanwhile, speaking of bunnies, we've got a lot of bunnies right here that are just frolicking around the place. Get back over here. I think that Koalasi is just like chasing down this bunny without even thinking about it because there's so much meat on the bunnies. So we need to hurry and get them. All right, and then Anna Sisi definitely needs some partners in crime to help her collect up all of those nuts. So I think I was sending, who has the nut ability? Kuduk. I think I was sending Kuduk up there to help out. Can I get there? There we go. Now we got the Krabbit, but Kuduk was headed up to go help out, collect up nuts, so I'll send him that way. And then poor Oraoka cannot do anything to defend this berry bush from all of the bunnies, but thankfully Zakir can. So Zakir is gonna head this way, and he's gonna help out with the bunnies while he's looking for clamshells. And then over here we have got Rosiana. She can come down and gather up. Oh, careful, Rosiana. I should have her go eat the fruit. That would give her underwater breathing ability. All right, she can gather that up. And then right here we have Kovan, who can do a little bit of fishing. So I'm going to move, dang it, I was trying to move the fish a little closer to him so that we could do some fishing, but I definitely need to have a team helping out when it comes to fishing. Oh, and how's our baby? All right, we have another baby. It's Kola, and she can do really good fishing, but not much else. So she has a claw, she has strength. Who gave her claw? That must have been mutated in. Gosh darn. So I wonder if the mutations only are active for when the child is born. The mutations are reflected. Is a Gnosis. I'll scooch her over here and this little guy over here. And then I can send Nami down and she can start doing some fishing with the others, I suppose. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to actually start doing some fishing. We'll have to see. We will have to see. And then this little guy, Pulo, is going to sit over here. I'm so excited about Pulo. He can basically live in the tide pool and feed along the bottom. So I think that's really going to change things. He's going to be a father of so many babies when the time comes. And then Kois is going to be moving up north because she is strong. She's got claw, normal body, poison fangs. She's got nimble fingers. So we're just going to move her straight up to the north, and I'm going to see if she's any good. I can perch her next to a bush if I have to. She can help out with the trees if I need her to. But we're definitely going to see. Gosh darn, can't get that little itty bitty fish. We're definitely going to see if we can try to get her to a point where she can help out with maybe our goal of breeding up the stronger panda creatures. All right, Reese, what am I doing with you? I think I'm moving him towards a berry bush. So he's going to move up here towards the berry bush. Ravon is also going to get a move on because I think he might be useful up to the north. And then, little Seri, yes, she's feeding herself a little bit. That's wonderful. So these two aren't really, if they can bring in the amount of food they eat every turn, I consider it a success. Also I keep forgetting you're back there, Sansi. Come on, buddy. Like, you need to get up here because I think that you would make a good mate for Anna. All right, so everybody's getting where they need to go. We have more babies about to be born. All right, and then can you do any fishing? No, Jakku can only do like a little bit of collecting. So he may move up to the berry bushes as well. I've got a lot of creatures that I can just have moved to berry bushes. And then Vonro can sit around here and collect up berries from berry bushes too. All right, and Nuta, now that you have had another child, but it has proven not to be very successful, Nuta is actually going to begin a journey where he's going to start wandering over to this tree. So there's no nest really over there, but I might start sending creatures who can crack open things and don't have antlers to that tree so we can continue to actually utilize the trees because they offer a lot of food from those nuts. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to see what Rayel and Isria's very first child is going to be. Oh, fingers crossed all over the place that it will be a child who is healthy. That's what Isria really, really wants. And it will be a child who is strong. That is what Rayel really wants. And the answer is, well, is that double nimble fingers? Darn, it is double nimble fingers. No, it's a very weak child who's short-sighted. Why? I am so sorry, you two. I am so sorry. You have a good berry collector. Is that... Oh, the Dodomingo! It's been years since we've seen a Dodomingo. That is so unexpected. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, clearly, now that we're rustling up in the far grasses, we're starting to discover some unexpected things. But I am a little disappointed that we still have weak children. At this rate, we're going to finish exploring all of these grasses. Dugdrio is hanging out with Renar and Chet, our wandering males. We have Nunu, our wandering male, and he's just kind of hanging out by these berry bushes and clearing things away too. And I'm just so sad that I can't seem to get stronger creatures in. We're just going to leave Claw and Big Body in there because I feel like having those would definitely help out. And we'll just have to see. Once I finish clearing away all of the grass, if I still only have creatures that are so in strength, that's just going to be the way it is, you guys. And we're just going to have to move on and try a new island. Even though it's going to be kind of difficult with creatures who aren't at their peak, we're just going to have to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and gather up those berries, step in here, gather up this food. Thankfully, we can at least gather up a lot of food. And then Sansi has finally showed up, and he may make a semi-decent mate for Anna, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, maybe? He does have a little bit of strength, so who knows? Maybe he'll be able to woo Anna. I don't think that he'd be a very good match for, I mean, genetics-wise, Isria. No, actually, because he has normal eyesight and he does have claw and nimble fingers, which is the two things that I want to start seeing in here in Big Body. Isria is in love with Rayel. But we may see some of Sansi's children start showing up. Just saying. Looks like he's pretty good with kids too. And he might actually help me have the strong creatures I really want. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. But alright. And otherwise, just the... Oh. There we go. Alright. She got the food. Hang in there, little Taro. I think you'll be safe because there's no birds around. So I think that's okay. I don't think that was a death move. But yeah, otherwise, we're going to start really gathering up tons and tons of the food. The mothers of the Mother Peninsula have been very specific that it is time for the tribe to focus more on helping one another by removing leeches and by gathering up food rather than searching. Let's see if I can get those fish. Why can't I get those fish? Rather than... I can't get those fish. This is so annoying. I hate fishing. There's no point in fishing. We'll just have to focus on other skills. But yeah, the Mother's Peninsula has just let it be known that it's time to start focusing on tending to gathering up from the berry bushes and examining the clams and the trees and passing the lineage on through very specifically chosen children, because we've got way too many, and I just need to make sure that we start breeding up some healthy, strong creatures to move to the next island. So we will start sorting everybody into spots where they can focus on collecting food, and we will start sorting everybody into perfect genetic mixes. We'll just have to experiment and see who tends to have the strongest and best kids, especially with the mutation menu activated, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.